Good evening, and welcome to the Golden Age podcast, where we discuss topics as it relates to senior citizens ages 60 plus. I am your host, Renee Clark Graham. Today, my guest is Jamee Nowell-Smith, who is the Executive Director of the Chester Senior Center, located at 721 Hayes Street in Chester. I'm so excited to have her here. Welcome, Jamee.
Thank you, Miss Renee.
Let's just start from the beginning. Let's just get into it. Tell me everything that your center is doing. I know you guys are busy down there. You're doing everything. Tell me all about it.
It's a lot to express in a few short minutes.
I'm sure.
But I'll do my best.
All right.
The senior center is alive and well. I just need to put it out there. Every time I do a presentation, I try to tell people the senior center is not what you think it is.
No, it's not.
I've
seen those seniors.
You've seen
no,
it.
It's not.
You've seen it. And I'm sure a lot of people have seen things on Facebook and different places, but it's not people that are just sitting in a rocking chair
Not
or
anymore.
doing puzzles or doing crochet. And there's nothing wrong with those things. But the senior center today is a senior center filled with activity, whether it be Zumba, chair exercise, line dancing, tap dancing.
They do tap?
So they do it all.
Oh,
they,
I never
they
knew.
have a tap
Oh,
class
I
and they
never know.
perform.
What?
Yes. Listen, it's not
These
what
singers
you think
are
it is.
not the singers of old. That's
They
for sure.
are not. They
no,
are not.
ma'am.
They
That
are
is crazy.
very alive and active. Again, the tap dancing and the line dancing. They do cardio drumming. They have a walking club. They can walk farther than you and I can walk.
I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt about that.
Put us to shame. They have an amazing sewing group that, they make drapes and dresses. They do a fashion show of the things that they make all year, every May.
Come on through Chester Senior Center.
They have arts programs, watercolor and oil painting.
I'm tired just
ceramics,
listening. Oh
mosaics. They have a Red Hatters Club. They have book clubs, Bible studies. Anything that you can name, they will do it, and they've tried it.
You know what? I can't be mad at them. I love their spirit.
I really love their
spirit.
Well,
Wow.
They monthly, they have karaoke and cocktails. I said, what? You want to do what? Okay, we'll do it.
So you let them be an integral part of making plans for things and things they want to do. That's awesome.
They bring ideas to the table. We consider them. They got to be feasible.
Right.
Because you can only imagine some of the things that come to my ears.
It can get a little much.
It can get a little much. They want to have all male reviews and all this kind of stuff. Wait a minute.
Come on, ladies.
Come on, ladies.
Come on, ladies. That is too funny. How long have you been at this senior center as executive director?
So this fall, it'll be 29 years. And I had no idea I would be there this long.
That's the way it works. That's the way it
works.
So you came right out of college and started working with them.
Right out of college.
That's
and
amazing.
I took that position and just had no clue.
Absolutely amazing. I just can't believe it. I just can't. But you know what? It must be your mission. That was your purpose. And you do such a great job with them. That is hilarious. I love it. Okay, if you could, I don't know if you have a mission statement like that's written on paper. Tell me about your mission statement so we can kind of get an overview of what in a nutshell, if you can. Because you told us a lot. So if that's your mission statement, that's fine.
Well, our overall mission, we're part of a larger organization called Senior Community Services.
Okay.
And our mission is to help older adults remain active and independent in the community.
Okay.
We do that with all the activities we have in the senior center, as well as providing in-home services. So we have caseworkers when people age or they get sick or they need therapy, they need home-delivered meals, they need transportation. They need help
you have
getting
resources going on. That's amazing.
So we not only do the fun stuff, we got to do the real stuff.
You have to do the work. You have to keep them healthy. You got to keep them, keep
life is real.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God. What made you want to work with seniors? Or was this just like kind of a pit stop for you on your way to doing something else? Or what made you just stay?
What made, I grew up, I was raised by my mother and my grandmother. And I
Right.
was always with my grandmother. So was always around older people.
Right.
And when I went to college and I had to do an internship, And they offered me a couple places, and there was an internship at Crozier in their older adult program.
Okay.
Something drew me right there.
Okay. Wow.
From there, this opened up, and it's just natural for me. And nobody
you feel
ever
right
understood it. Yes, you feel right at home.
You feel
I guess
right at
I'm an
home.
old soul, as they say.
You know what? Probably so. Probably so. What were your expectations when you first went there? What was it that you were planning to do or trying to implement once you got in there?
So I had to be taught about what a senior center is too, because
There
I
you
had
go.
my
Okay.
perception of the rocking chairs. They're going to knit. They're going to do some puzzles. We'll listen to some music. No.
Right,
They had me
no.
on my feet day 2. Okay. We're going to do this. We're going to Atlantic City. We're going over to Ocean City. We're going here, there, and everywhere. And you're going to make all this happen.
They gave you your assignment,
They gave me
right?
my assignment.
So you understood your assignment clearly because
I
you're still
understood.
doing it.
I understood.
That's crazy. Okay, you have staff and you have volunteers. How many staff do you have? Like
So,
regular staff?
We
on a
have
daily
4
basis?
staff.
Okay.
That are within our agency, but we thrive on our volunteers.
I'm sure.
We
I'm sure.
definitely need our volunteers because we have upwards of 100 people in that building a day. 4 staff can't do
You
it.
need their
We
You need
the
those volunteers. That's
Yes,
amazing.
So we're grateful.
And they're
for
just as
every
dedicated
minute.
as you and your staff are
Yes,
because they're there all the time.
They're there teaching classes, making copies, preparing the homebound meals, whatever is necessary. They're there to make sure we're able to help our older adults.
Okay, now you said meals. Now, do you feed your do you have lunches and or dinners or what meals do you serve during the day?
So we do have a daily meal program.
Okay.
So people can come in for a hot lunch or sandwich and soup, something
Okay.
like that, for a contribution of $250.
Not bad at all.
No,
Not
subsidized
bad at all.
by the county.
Right.
And we have our home delivered meal program for people who are considered homebound and isolated and
See,
need
I never
that
knew you
support.
had a homebound program outside of that.
Yes.
So they go to those who are not able to get out.
Yes, we have drivers that deliver meals
okay.
3 days a week.
That's amazing. I'm just learning so much today. Okay, now you have staff and volunteers. How do you keep your staff and volunteers motivated to keep like the good interaction with your seniors? Because that takes a lot.
It does.
That takes a lot.
But honestly, it boils down to communication
Okay.
and us staying connected, making sure we're all on the same page, recognizing that everybody's opinion has some value.
Right.
Let's talk about what your thoughts are, what are my thoughts, and how do we meet in the middle and make some great things happen for our older adults. It does sometimes, it's a lot. Like I said, you
Yeah.
got 80, 90 people in the building, and everybody is energetic.
Right.
And
Yeah, they're ready to go. I'm telling you. What is the oldest? What's the oldest age of when you're older seniors? What's the age?
She is 103.
God bless her.
103, and we have people who are in their late 40s, early 50s.
Does she come every day?
She comes periodically.
Okay.
Yeah, she used to come more often, but
Right.
as you get older, you don't drive.
103? Come
103.
on. Oh my God.
103.
That's crazy. When I think about places where senior citizens are now that I am one, I think about a safe environment. I think about a respectful environment. And that's essential for everybody.
Yes.
But most of all, senior citizens, because they've earned it. You know what I mean? How do you make that happen in your program? Like, how do you make sure that that's a part of your program, what you and your staff and volunteers do?
So we thrive on all of us being family.
Right. Okay.
That's our motto. We're in this together.
For sure.
We are family. We're going to love each other. We're going to have our disagreements. We're gonna have
That's
our
what
little
families do.
squabbles.
That's right.
We're going to forgive. And we're going to pick each other up when it's time to do that. So we thrive on that family
Right.
foundation.
Okay.
And that, above all else, we got to love one another.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
when you come into our center, you're welcome. This is not her chair. You can sit wherever you want.
Okay.
You can be comfortable, be free, and enjoy while you're
Right.
here.
Okay.
And we just promote that and we push that.
So
over.
they're accepting of new people who come in, or somebody they may have not seen before. Or,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm sure they make them feel right at home.
Yes, absolutely. They give them the lowdown as they
They give them the tea.
basically.
Your seniors are too much. They really are. Let's see. Okay, now in a room where you have 80 to 100 people per day, what kind of like in case somebody were to fall out, get sick, whatever, what's in place to be there to help them or to give them assistance to either get them to the hospital or get them home or whatever? What is in place for that?
So all of our staff are CPR and first aid certified.
Awesome.
And we're trained in emergency procedures.
Okay.
So if something happens, we know how to go into action.
Okay.
Being that we also have such a diverse group of people who come
Right.
to the center, a lot of our members are retired nurses, retired therapists.
What a blessing. Yeah.
They jump right into
they
action.
jump right into action. Okay.
And, of course.
That's what you need.
That's what we need. We attend to people until the emergency personnel come,
Wow.
but we make sure they're okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
right.
we are trained to handle.
So you and your staff have trainings throughout the year
Yes.
for those kind of things. Oh, that's awesome. That's really good. Because I know people when they think, but they don't think. They may not think in terms of that. But I mean, you're dealing with a lot of people, so something's bound to happen one
Things
day or
happen,
another. Things
and they
happen
do.
all the time. So, okay, now who is the person who plans the in-house activities?
So between myself and we have a program coordinator, Vicki Holmes.
Okay.
We work hand in hand, and we also have volunteers that sit at the table with us. Again, getting their input
Right.
about what do you want. I've been there almost 30 years, but I'm not quite a senior yet.
Right.
So
Right.
I want to hear from them. It's not
Yeah.
always what I want or what I think.
Okay.
So we have a monthly meeting about what's going to happen ahead.
Okay.
What next month calendar is going to be, where
What-
they're traveling to.
Where they want to go. What is the most, I guess the wildest place that they wanted to visit? What did they want to do? That's kind of like, no, lady, no, I don't think we can do this. I don't think we should do this right now, but maybe another time or whatever. What's the wildest place they want to go?
So I don't even know. They go everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
they've been to Hawaii last year. They went to Dubai. It was a small group of them. So
I've never been to Dubai. Well, Dubai's not really on my travel list, but I'm
Neither
impressed
have
with
I.
that. I'm impressed with
they
that.
they
Dubai?
are ready. They went to Dubai, a small group, and I mean they go everywhere. They're going to California in the fall.
Where they going?
To San Diego, up and down. It's a cruise.
Up and down. Oh, okay.
The
All
West
right.
Coast.
So they're going to catch the ship where?
They're going to fly over to California,
and
get on
then
in San Diego, I think it is,
Wow.
and then they're going to 4 or 5 different ports on that side of the
Y'all better go. Are you going? Do you get to go?
Sometimes. Sometimes. It all depends.
These are some traveling folks.
They are serious. But they've reached that point where
Yeah,
this
they
is what
deserve
should
it.
be-
That's what they should
Exactly.
be doing.
They should be
That's
doing.
what they should be
enjoying life and
doing.
living.
Wow. And it sounds like you do have a very diverse group of people. Tell me about some of the people that you have, your seniors. Like what were some of their professions? What did they used to do and that kind of thing? Because that adds a lot to the
It
pot when you
does.
think about it.
And again, very diverse group. Of course, the majority of our people are from Chester.
Right.
But we do draw from other areas, Aston, Brookhaven,
Okay.
Philly, Delaware.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
People come from all different areas. But we have retired teachers, nurses, a lot of people who worked at Sunship. And,
Oh,
the
so
communities
that's
around here,
everybody. Oh,
Crozier,
God.
and, so
That's a lot of input.
a very diverse
That's all
group.
right. I like that.
Very diverse.
That's okay. What else did I want to say? I'm going to talk about something else. What was it? Okay, now your management style. I see that you're kind of like an easygoing person, but I mean you have to handle your business when you're there to do what you need to do. But I'm sure that there are times when maybe one or two of the seniors are just like, I don't know if they're agitated, I don't know what it would be that would cause a rift. Like, you know what I mean? How do you handle that? How does your staff handle that? Like, what do they do?
So again, as part of our
Yeah,
training,
okay.
we do conflict management.
Okay,
We have access to mental health resources.
okay.
Because sometimes it's depression, sometimes it's anxiety.
Could be a lot of things.
Could be a lot
Yeah,
of
it's a
different
lot
things.
going on.
And we're not always equipped.
Right.
We're not. None of us that are on the staff are mental health professionals.
Okay,
Or counselors. but we do know how to de-escalate,
Okay.
and help people communicate and work through challenges. And if it gets beyond what we can handle, then that's when we refer to our resources.
Oh, your other resources.
Our
Okay.
counselors and our therapists that we bring to the table.
Wow. That's just amazing. I'm just floored. I'm thinking of Dubai. I'm back on Dubai. They went to Dubai. That's awesome. I love it. Let's see. Okay, when you're doing your activities, you create the activities to meet the needs of your seniors.
Mm-hmm.
So they all have input. We said that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how do you create the activities? So who does what's your program person's name?
Vicky.
Vicky. So will she throw out an idea at them and say, okay, tell me what you think about this? Or will she say, give me some ideas about that same thing, but maybe we could think of something different, or
It
kind
can
of
go
come
both
to some
ways.
agreement? Okay.
Sometimes we just plan it and see how they respond.
Okay.
Sometimes they give us the idea, and sometimes it's a mixture of both.
Right.
Like for instance, they love parties. They think we're supposed to have a party every day.
I've seen them. They are not shy at all.
We'll turn the dance floor up.
Yeah, they will.
And
I've
I'm
seen
glad
it.
that they
Look at these people.
And I'm
These
glad
people
about
are
that.
serious. I love it. I love it.
They always want to have a party. So last year they had a gentleman. He does Luther.
Okay.
There's
Oh,
a band
okay.
and some backup singers
Serious?
that does Luther. So we had dinner, an evening with Luther Vandross. So they
You
had
did
dinner
not.
and they always want cocktails, so we did some cocktails.
You cannot be mad with them
I
more the
can.
cocktail. You can't.
Let them enjoy.
That's
They
amazing.
always
I
tell
love
me
it.
we're adults. Yes, you are.
Yeah, you
And I
are.
have to
Now, do
remember.
they have to bring their own beverages, or do you have things there for them, or you make the mixed
Both.
drinks for them?
Both.
They can do both.
They can do both.
I love it.
Um,
I love it.
just to add to whatever we're having that event.
I can't be mad about that. That's all right. I'm not mad at that at all. Let's see. We talked about. Okay, tell me, why do you think this senior center in particular is so successful? What do you attribute its success to?
Well, first of all, I thank God for giving us
Right.
the creativity, the skill set, and for bringing people in the door. Because most people run away from senior services. Anything senior,
Not me.
People don't, I'm not
I'm all
senior.
about it. I'm
Don't
all
be down
about
with those
it.
old people. Well, guess what?
How about that? Those old people can teach you a
They
thing
can
or two.
teach you a
Trust
thing or
and
two.
believe. Yes.
And if we don't get old, what's the alternative? Right?
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
We thank God for every day. But I attribute it first to, again, God giving us the creativity and the skill set to kind of plan these things.
Right.
And bringing whatever we need to kind of plan our activities and to make things happen. Somebody always he always just brings somebody to the table, whether it's money or somebody
He
who
gives
has
us what
a
we
skill.
need. That's
He
right.
gives us what we need. So it's him first and foremost. And then secondly, again, the foundation that we're family. And we're going to make this work. We'll figure it out. Might not be easy.
But that's okay.
But we're
We
gonna
might
figure it
might
out.
even fall,
That's
but
right.
we'll get back
We'll
up and
get
try
back
it
up,
again.
and we're gonna
so
figure it out.
that's amazing. I love that. So that contributes to the success of this center. Because I keep hearing all these things, and I see some posts on Facebook, and I remember listening to my sister saying, "Oh, we're going here, we're going there." I'm like, you guys are everywhere. Everywhere. And I didn't realize until it's been a few years now that they have a lunch program. That you can feed. I didn't know they did that. I'm like, okay. You've just described a lot of things that promote social interaction.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is a place where a senior can come who may be not so familiar with the area. And I'm sure once they get down there with those other seniors, they're going to know somebody. They're going to walk away with a friend or two or
Indeed.
three or four.
Indeed.
So, yeah, that's going to
Indeed.
work out. That's going to
You
work
know how
out
this
for them.
community is. Everybody knows everybody.
It's true.
Oh, I
It's
know
like,
somebody
yeah,
that
that knows you.
and they're gonna
Exactly.
figure it out.
Wow, that's amazing. Did some of these seniors know your grandma?
Absolutely.
Isn't that something?
Absolutely.
That's wow. That's
all you have to do is say a last name,
Say a
right?
name.
Oh, I know them.
I know
On
such and
Curlin
such.
Street. Oh, hi, Gran's on Curlin.
It's true. You were absolutely right. Okay, what do you see the program in like 5 to 10 years? What does it look like to you?
So, in 5 or 10 years, I continually see it growing because the number of older adults is
Do
growing.
you guys need a bigger building?
We do. So there's always
Put it out there.
the idea,
Put it out there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because we have the land to
Right.
expand on
Okay.
next to our building. It's always an issue of funding, or making sure the timing is right.
Right.
But that is our long-term plan, that we would expand the
To add on,
building
to expand
and
the
to add
building,
on.
because you're going to need it.
We're
Because
gonna need it.
right now you're housing between 80 and 100 people every day. So you
Yeah, we're gonna need
need.
it.
That's it. What are your daily hours?
So we're open 8:30 to 4:30,
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Okay.
And on Tuesdays, starting back in April, we usually do it when it's daylight savings
Right.
time. We're open on Tuesday nights till 7:30 because we have line dancing, we have exercise. The pool room is open where the guys hang out and shoot pool.
Wait, they got a pool?
Pool room.
And I am not a pool shark by any means, but I didn't know they had pool down
Yes,
there.
and
Okay.
those guys can shoot pool. They are
Then I need to
sharks.
just sit there and watch and keep my mouth
Yes.
shut because I love to watch a good pool game. I didn't know. See, I need to get down there. Okay, and speaking of that, how do I become a member of the
So-
Chester Senior Center?
You just come on in, or you go online to our website, which I
Right.
can tell you in a second. But we have a simple registration form, and our membership is $40 a year.
Okay. Wow, that's absolutely doable.
Absolutely,
Absolutely doable. That's
And
not
all these
highway robbery
programs
at
are
all.
generally free.
Wow, and most of your trips, depending on where they are no more than what? Like if you want to go see a play, that includes probably a meal or
A
something.
meal, your
and
transportation, and
transportation.
$150, $180.
That's about
for the
right
day.
though. Yeah, that's about right. Wow. And they just it's first come first serve.
Yes. And our members do have privileges.
Okay.
Membership has its privileges. So, come on.
Right.
So we have member rates for certain things, and
Okay.
then there's non-member rates. So let's say a trip is $175 for members, it may be $190 for non-members.
Okay. All right. Every little bit helps.
Every little bit helps.
Every
and it
little bit
encourages
helps.
people to come on
To
and
come
join
on
us.
out.
You don't know what you're missing.
Wow. Okay, people, I just told you how to join.
Get
Get
on
your
down
seniors,
there.
get down there, because don't beat me there, because I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this a promise right now that I'm gonna be a member of the Chester Senior Center. Okay, let's see. What else? Is there anything else you want to tell me before we shut this down?
Well,
What else you want to talk? It's your
I'm
interview.
biased.
Of course you are. You're supposed to be.
But I have to be, because the Chester Senior Center is an amazing place.
I believe it.
I am so proud of how we've grown over
Mm-hmm.
the years, how we've been able to help people, and not just people coming in for exercise
Right.
or the dance classes or the parties. That's great. But to be able to be there when people say, I haven't had my medicine in 2 weeks because I couldn't afford it. We're going to take care of that. We're going to figure this out.
Okay.
Or when I don't understand what Medicare is doing or how to get insurance.
Okay, so you have people there to break that down for them.
Yes, we have insurance counselors. Again,
That's
we have
something to
our
be
social
proud of,
workers.
yeah.
Yes. When people just don't know how to navigate whatever life is thrown at them.
Yeah.
And we sit down and we try to help them figure it out. and let
Especially
them
with
know.
certain kinds of paperwork, because that can be very
Yes,
confusing. I'm like, wait a minute now, because I have
yes.
to take my time and say, what is it saying now? So I know someone who it may be 70 or 80 really might have a problem trying to navigate those
navigate
kinds
all
of
of that.
things, because it can be
Indeed.
kind of tricky, and they don't really know. Let's see. I want you to complete this sentence for me. My biggest challenge is, in terms of your center. What's your biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge is always finding enough funding to do everything we want to do.
Okay.
We are funded. We get 60% of our funding comes from the state.
Okay.
The other 40% we have to raise on our own, which is a
Okay.
huge number.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money.
So it's always trying to figure out who can we partner with, who can sponsor
Right.
this, what fundraiser can we do to raise money.
So
on
are
this
you
thing.
always looking for people who are interested in being a mentor or being a partner with you
Absolutely.
as far as the senior center goes?
Yes.
Does it have to be a corporation?
No.
Or how does that work?
So we take business sponsorships. If people want to do private donations,
Okay.
people can individually give. Organizations can give.
Okay.
You know, we like, for instance, we partner a lot with some of the health insurance companies.
Oh, that's awesome.
You
Yeah,
know,
okay.
they support a lot of our programs. We'll cover exercise equipment, or they'll help with the technology programs. You know, whatever we need. You know, but we have to. It's a continual battle.
Yeah, to
trying
always
find
yeah.
the funding and the support.
Okay. So if someone were to say they want to put Chester Senior Center in their will, are y'all listening? if you want to
Tell them, Miss Renee.
Really, if you want to leave Chester Senior Center something in your will, that's an endowment type of deal, right? So they're welcoming endowments, however you can support. Or if you know somebody who wants to support, give her a call and see what, because that seems to be the biggest challenge, because everything else seems to be, and I know you have your ups and downs, but that is, being a fundraiser is like, that's not easy.
No, it's not.
You know, because it's like, okay, now who can I get some money from? But it's absolutely for a good cause.
It's for
so
a
they
great
really
cause.
can't.
Great
Because
cause.
trust me, if I had it, that building would be done by now. Because you all need you need some space down there. Okay, and my last question for you is that what am I, complete this for me, I am most proud of?
I am most proud of. I don't know if I could
Take
say
your
one
time with
thing.
take your time. Tell me whatever it is. It could be more than one thing, because I'm sure you've got a lot to be proud of.
Yes, I'm proud of, you know, all of our members and our volunteers who come to the senior center and who show their excitement and their engagement and their interest in all the things that are going on. I see them living life and being healthy and being strong, and then sharing that with others as they bring friends in. I am so proud that energy is there.
Yeah.
I'm highly proud of that. You know, I'm proud that, you know, we've been around almost 40 years.
Is that was my next question. How long has that senior center been there?
40 years.
Get out of here.
Plus some. Within the agency.
Gosh.
You know, doing the work that they do.
Now, did they build that as a senior center, or was it something else first?
They built that
As a senior center. That's awesome. That's amazing. I love it.
So, you know, I'm proud of that, our longevity. And I'm just proud that we are a place that people can come to and be happy. And like you said, feel safe.
Exactly.
And when they need, you know, someone to walk them through something,
right,
we're there.
Because I know depression is an issue for not only, seniors, but everybody. But for seniors, sometimes they live alone. They don't have anybody, no family or whatever. And I'm sure that does their mental health good, to be there a few days a week, to see friends, to do some activities, and it just kind of gives them a mental lift, so to speak.
Yes, and
so
that's
I
what
could
our
definitely
mission is
see
about,
that.
to keep them active, keep them
Wow.
engaged. That's important.
I'm
That's
sure.
very
I'm
important.
sure. Now, I'm trying to think. The last activity that my Delta Deers did, I had to work, so I couldn't be there. But I don't know, what did they do?
They did line
They were just
dancing.
there. Line, that's what it was.
They were
Line
there.
dance.
They
I'm
did
like,
line dancing.
I can't believe I'm missing this line dance.
They were there, yes.
That's
And
amazing.
Again, partnering
That's
with community
yeah.
organizations, the sororities. Delta has been good to us, you know.
That is just amazing.
Yeah, we partner with anybody and everybody almost. So
I'm just excited, and I'm just going to carry on and do what I said. I'm going down there. I'm going to get my little $40 out, and I'm going to become a member of the Chester Senior Center, and I'm going to go on some trips with these folks, because these people go everywhere.
Everywhere, and they
That's
do
all I'm saying.
everything. And people should be proud.
Yeah, I'm proud for you, because it's been amazing. I only hear the good things about the center, like overall. And I know everybody has their ups and downs, but this is a godsend for people. You know what I mean? Who may not have anybody else, or whatever the circumstances is, they can depend on Chester Senior Center to kind of pull them through some stuff.
Yes.
Now you mentioned a little while ago, maybe somebody didn't take their medicine in 2 weeks. What do you pull resources with drugstores, or how do you work that out for them if they're not able to get their medicine?
Our organization, being an aging services provider,
Right.
we have insurance counselors that are certified by the state.
Okay.
Who will work with people individually and find out what their circumstances are.
Okay.
You know, what's the issue, and they'll look at how we can help them, whether it be the PACE program, which will
Okay.
help pay for medicines.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the Affordable Care Act. Maybe you need to come out of this insurance because it's too expensive for you and we
Right.
find something cheaper for you.
Mm-hmm.
So they do, health insurance counseling and kind of help people make informed decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not caught up in something they don't know how to navigate.
Right.
Understanding Medicare
Mm-hmm.
and that Medicare
that's
is
a
not
lot.
going to pay for everything.
That's a lot. That's a whole
Um,
lot.
It's a whole lot.
And I'm also finding out that firsthand, senior housing is limited because the wait lists are so long.
Can be 3 to 5 years.
And I'm like, I'm not waiting 3 to 5 years. I do what I have to do, but I'm just saying, I just really started looking at the first of the year, and I was just amazed at how long the wait lists are.
Yeah.
They can go, like you said, from 3 to 5 years. I'm like, seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, they can.
They can.
And that's something that's critical.
It
That's
is.
a housing crisis
It
around here
is.
for seniors.
And the housing need for seniors is always
It's
going
true.
to be there.
Now, are they doing something across the street? Are they supposed to be making senior housing
They
over
are.
there where the
They're
hospital used to be,
They're
or what?
supposed to be doing, I think it's 60 units of senior housing.
Oh, they'll be going just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Wow.
That's why
So see,
it's the
that's
need.
going to be an influx of more seniors. So y'all definitely got to expand that building. We're going to claim that one.
That's right.
They
We're speaking.
need
need
some
it.
sponsorships or whatever. That building needs to be expanded because they're like busting at the seams.
Yes.
But this was a treat. I'm so glad you were able to come and talk to me today about this. Timing is everything. And I'm just very happy to have you here. Senior Center, 721 Hayes Street, Chester, Pennsylvania. Executive Director, Jamee Nowell-Smith. Go on down. What's the phone number, Jamie?
Phone number is 610-497-3550. You can check us out at our website. It's www.scsdelco.org. You can join online or you can come on down. We got something for everybody.
I'm going to find out. I'm going to tell you all about it because I'm going to be down there as shortly, as soon as I can. I mean it. But thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you taking the time. Very informative. Things I didn't know. Tap dancing, though? For real?
For real. And that's
Wow.
just the tip
Who
of the
knew,
iceberg.
Right?
Who knew, right?
Dubai? I'm still stuck on Dubai. I didn't know you were doing all that down there, but I'm gonna see for myself. I promise to come. But thanks again, Jamie. I appreciate you so much. And folks, Chester Senior Center, get down there, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.